Who's got the messiest server? Okay, here we go.
Go a little bit psycho, limitless, non-stop
The
service.
cheapest HDD I could find because I needed some extra storage. Look at this, 3 terabytes versus 5 terabytes. So a lot of progress has been made. I'm not gonna place it on the Mac because it does get quite hot. I'm also gonna pull it away so the heat can dissipate a little bit better. Put in the troubleshoot keyboard, and we're actually gonna use SSH to remote access the server from my desktop downstairs. Remotely SSH into the server. I'm gonna start by reading out all the disks and drives connected here. We can see 4.5 terabytes on SDC1. Okay, so SDC1 is what we're gonna take and make our archive drive. We're gonna format it to ext4, which should work nicely with Linux and Samba. So we're just gonna let this commence and then continue. Okay, I'm gonna create a mount point under media, and then the drives are gonna be named Hildexa archive. I hit enter, and now we have to find the UUID and add it to fstab. That is important because when you restart your server and it cannot detect the hard drive or it can't mount it, you can run into some issues. You would have to manually mount it, or if you don't add a no fail and something is wrong with the drive, your server is not going to boot up, and you will have to be physically present at your server and you can't fix it remote. So that is why I'm going to do that right now. Do sudo blkid, grab the UID. Okay, this is Hildexa archive and it says UID. Sudo nano etc fstab. We're going to go in here, and as you can see, I already have a drive in here. That is my 3 terabyte drive, and we're pretty much going to do the exact same thing. All that's going to change is the UUID, but we are gonna not replace it because I still want to use the old drive. That's where my backup is. This is what it looks like. Control O. I'm just gonna set the rights. I do this. I reload this. Authentication complete. I'm just gonna run these again one by one. Sudo nano samba config file. I have a lot of stuff in here. You can copy all of these global tags. Here you can see these are the Apple related settings. If you want to use this for macOS, I recommend adding all of these. These are also if you want to use Time Machine backup, but even if you don't, I would add them here. And let's go all the way down. Here you can see my two. These are both based on the same hard drive, but these are basically 2 virtual drives, just a file server and my backup. And now we're gonna add a 3rd server. I'm gonna show you that in Finder, what it will look like on my Mac in Finder in just a second. But this is basically just the Hildexa archive. So it's the mounting point media and then just my hard drive. And I basically am in full control right here on macOS. And I will create the folder structures that I want to have. So just add your user here, writable yes, and browsable is set to no, so we don't expose ourselves on the network. You have to manually add this direction or else it will not automatically show up, which is a nice security feature. But having the user here also means that we have to log in with the user name and password. And that is pretty much it. Command O, enter and exit. Now we can restart the server, but even before that we can already open Finder. So I'm gonna do Command K. I'm gonna add my username too, just to make it easier. As you can see, it will not show up, so it is successfully hidden. Now let's try that again, but this time we're gonna add Hildexa underscore archive. Boom. Here we go. And I am gonna try and archive a project or send over a project here. I'm gonna use my local archive video project, and what you'll see is gigabit Ethernet speeds because I'm connected to the Ethernet with my Mac as well as on the server, obviously. Blazing. Let's do this. That's a bit more. That's 7 gigabytes. No issue at all. That is it. About a minute. That's amazing. I'm gonna let it run, and then I'll reboot my server just to make sure everything is working. And with that, you're set and done.